So here's a tea on March 30th, 2026. The Chicago Bulls dropped Jaden Ivey. Is that his name right? Ivey? That's a weird way to spell it. Well, I guess not. Labeling his behavior as conduct detrimental to the team. The fallout, Ivey had been stirring the pot on Instagram Live, blasting the NBA's Pride Month celebration as unrighteous and airing strong religious views that didn't sit well with the Bulls or the broader NBA community.
Let's take a look real quick.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that man, this man is crazy?
Despite the heat, Ivey's rookie scale contract means he still nets his full $10.1 million salary for the season. He was a fresh face in Chicago, traded from Detroit just 2 months prior, but only managed to hit the court for 4 games before a knee injury benching him. Coach Billy Donovan didn't mince words, pointing to team standards of respect and professionalism as core to their decisions. Ivey's future is murky. Injury history and his recent social media storm cast doubts, but the dude's got skills. Will any team roll the dice? Meanwhile, his jersey flew off shelves, over 20,000 sold in a night. What's next for the 24-year-old guard? Only time will tell.
So yeah, like we said last week, it's not your organization. Yeah, you had your thoughts about this and your righteousness about your religion, Christianity, and people seem like, what the hell? Why are you tagging the LGBTQ out of nowhere? And you know, again, it's not your organization. It's hard to speak out about something, even though the whole NBA organization is moving towards e- uh, equality. With the LGBTQ, and I think I know what he's talking about, like the whole month and stuff, with everyone pushing them to wear all this and that, advertise all for that and everything. It's not your place to say anything about it, because it is their organization.
Like we said, like Dolly said, that we said last week, you are working for a corporation. You signed that contract stating that you were okay with those things. If you don't think those things are in the contract, then you are sadly mistaken. And so, you can have your beliefs, that is fine. But make sure you keeping up with that contract you signed, your name on a dotted line for. Because the media thing, the public image, what they're subscribing to, what they want you to be a part of, it's all an image. You're a representation of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So if you sign that contract, you signed up for that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, if you don't believe in that, then this is the consequences of it. I mean, he still get his money, but even with skills or whatever, we've seen it in the past with some players. Even with skills, sometimes if you just keep going about it and keep doubling down, sometimes that's enough for people to be cool off you.
Mm-hmm. And
So
people believe this is like against their free speech and everything, but like, you could say whatever you want to say, but then there's consequences to it. And I understand that too. The stuff I say about people and things and everything,
and
very clear.
absolutely, yeah, like you said, they can have their free speech, but they still have a job that they signed a contract for.
True.
I mean,
Media person.
you can say whatever you want. Nobody's stopping you. But like Dolly said, there are consequences to what you say, depending on who you work for and depending on the rules and regulations that they have in place.
Yeah.
I mean, the price come. You can't just. They're not just giving NFL, NBA, UFC. All these places are not just giving out millions and letting you do whatever you want. You crazy if you think that.
You gotta follow the script.
In their eyes, once you sign that contract, they own whatever you do.
Yeah.
How you move, and if they don't like it, there will be consequences.
Yeah. Free speech for sure, and I understand. The people's like, it's free speech. He should say whatever he wants. I see it in a way that they're kind of just in the shows and Netflix and stuff. You kind of see it a lot that they're pushing it on you guys, and that's your decisions to walk away from that. It's your decision to talk about it in public. It's all about decisions, but know that there is consequences to everything that you're doing. But Ivey's knee injury was a lingering issue from a broken leg in 2025, plus the surgery on his right knee in October 2025. Bulls traded for him in a 3-team deal that sent Kevin Herter to Detroit. Ivey claimed on social media that he was waived for preaching his religious beliefs, not for being a bad teammate. Is that a possibility that, if you get injured or so in mid-season, that they could trade you? Is that like
I mean, I guess I don't know how that works for the NBA, because I don't know, but I know for the NFL, you got to get better before trades can be conducted, or the teams have to come to a mutual agreement. They know what's going on and when that person will be ready. So I don't know if that's the same for the NBA. Maybe it's the same when they're trading off medical records and this is where this person is at and they should be ready by this time. So I think sometimes they do that type of stuff. So who knows?
Okay. Former teammate Josh Giddey publicly expressed hope Ivey gets mental health support after Ivey revealed to contemplated suicide during injury rehab. Damn, that's crazy too. But that doesn't. I hate that they do that. People feel like when they speak out about something they believe in, the media, mostly the media, plays into like, oh, you're just crazy, you don't think like us, you need help, type shit, that just to downplay everything that you're saying, that the message may relate to other people that are on your side, because look, 20,000 sold overnight, people actually agree what you're saying. But there's the other side of the media that does that to you, and people will say, oh, when people watch and media personalities say that you're crazy, they go along with that too, and now it's just stacked up against you. It's like a propaganda against you to say you're crazy, and that makes you think that you're fucking crazy because of all the outside noise that's going on. But yeah, 20,000 sold overnight, mainly from third-party sellers and memorabilia collectors. So his jersey's gonna sell somewhere. But yeah, comment below your guys' thoughts. That was just a quick rant, and yeah, shout your organization.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be two sides of the fence that people are on: the people that agree and the people that don't.
Yeah.
And y'all crazy if y'all think everybody has the same beliefs, thoughts, and what they think is right and wrong.
Yeah, definitely.